Good evening. I'd like to call the September 15, 2025 meeting of the Select Board and Board of Health to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remember, the camera's at 10. That's right. And there's like 5 cameras in that thing right there. Yeah. This meeting is being conducted in the Select Board office and also broadcast on Zoom. We are recording the meeting. Is there anyone else recording the meeting? Kristen Rivers from the Hampden Times. Welcome, Kristen. All right. So we have an abbreviated agenda tonight. Our town administrator is not here, and also Select Board member Davenport is also away. So we've taken some of the items that we had on our agenda and pushed them to next week, but we do have a couple of time critical things, so we've kept the meeting. So do we have any minutes, Administrative Assistant McCormick?
I'll have them ready for next week.
Thank you so much.
Put them off.
All right, so the first thing on the agenda is you, Richard.
Okay,
Welcome.
thank you.
So Richard had called before with an idea for, at the NTH, which is what the board is calling the new town hall, and a way to honor the memory of some of the people, you know, who have served the town over the many, many years, coming up to our 150th. So please share.
Okay, well, thank you for making it possible for me to attend. This idea occurred to me when, I heard the news that we were transitioning to the NTH. And, being a teacher for 3 decades, the idea just popped into my head of coming up with a way of using the new town hall as not only, the center of government, but as a place where people can learn about how Hampden got to be what Hampden is today. And you've been in town far longer than I, and you're far more aware of the history, but in the short time that I've been here, I've run across some very impressive individuals. So what I was thinking and what I want to propose to this group is that you consider creating a plaque with perhaps a picture on it and naming some of the conference rooms and the offices in the new town hall after some of the people who got us to where we are today. Mm-hmm. And also even using the hallways to honor people. At Selectman Flynn's recommendation, I talked to the historical board about it, and they endorsed the idea. In fact, they have a lot of pictures in a closet somewhere.
So,
Yeah.
the Historical Society.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Historic, I'm newbie here.
No, it's all right, there too. There's also a Historic Commission, which you may have talked to as well.
Yeah. No, the Historical Society was the one I talked to. In
Linda.
fact, I joined.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they've got a bunch of pictures sitting in a closet, and it would cost us nothing to hang them up in the hallways at the new town hall.
They're pictures of former Select Board members.
Right. Yeah, and as people walk by, we could, and I'm just sharing the ideas that I shared with them. We could even get the kids at the school involved, and they could put a little essay under the thing. So-and-so was a selectman from 1850 to 1865, and he did this, and this. And this person, was involved as the school nurse in town for 20 years. And, she initiated these programs, and people will walk by and they'll look and they'll get a little mini history lesson. Also, I mentioned to Linda there, I do engraving, and I would volunteer my services if we don't have pictures of people, or if you want something different in some of the rooms, I can make a laser engraving of that person and put it on wood or paper or whatever. But the bottom line is, when you come into to the new town hall, you're gonna see the people who got us to where we are. And it would be very, very inexpensive. If I get your blessing on this, I may come to you in a couple of months when I've had a chance to think and say, hey, I could use a couple of $100 to help with supplies. But I would like to involve the school, and I'd certainly like to involve the community, because I think the community would have a lot of input on this. I mentioned to Linda that one of the finest people I ever met in my life came from this town. He was my father-in-law's lifelong best friend, Sherwood Kronk. And Sherwood actually provided me with some first aid one time when I fell in one of the creeks behind his house on a day when it was 10 degrees, and I was at his door frozen solid.
You called me about that, and Sherwood actually served on the select board with my father. And of course, Sherwood, very rare selectman in 2 different towns.
Oh, I was unaware of that.
So, and also the sleigh rally was, I believe, held at his property as well, which was a fantastic event in Hampden. I would also encourage you to reach out to Connie Witt from the Historical Commission as well. Might be a little early because we are really in the middle of fleshing out what's happening. And we do refer to it as the NTH, just so we differentiate what we're talking about. But even that hasn't been put in stone yet, or granite, or whatever we're gonna use, right? So we keep all these things moving concurrently, Rich, and that's really gonna help. So I think the board appreciates what you brought to us.
Well, thank you.
Keeping the memory of where Hampden came from, especially as we're approaching our 150th celebration,
Exactly.
is extremely important.
Timing couldn't have been better.
Right. So, I mean, we did talk about naming a room after Eric, but might be a little early for that yet. Yeah. A little early? Just a hair. Just a hair. So,
Good choice of words.
yeah, okay, hey, you're speaking to the choir here. So, thank you for bringing that forward, and let's keep fleshing that out.
Yep.
Okay?
Additionally, just another 60 seconds, it occurred to me that something we could do to raise funds for the 150th, that would be a lot of fun, is to develop a coloring book about Hampden. And I now have the software to do that. You give me virtually any picture, and I'll convert it into a coloring book page. And I'm sure Sheriff Coachy, I've already published 3 coloring books for the Second Chance Animal Shelter. So I have a 4th one in the works for them. And Sheriff Coachy has been very generous about making printing services available. And again, at the 150th, what would be, more fun than getting the kids involved and giving a coloring book about town? So I am out of here.
Good, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good to see you again, and let me know about the other thing, please.
Yes,
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
thank you, sir.
Take care.
You too. Good seeing you.
I don't want you to feel left out.
Have a good night.
Take care now.
Thanks. All right. So Administrative Assistant McCormick, what's next on the agenda?
Holiday errors, 3 one-day liquor permits. 1 for the VFW and 2 for the senior center.
Okay. Okay, so the one for, we've always been a little more, asking a little more exactly what the event is at the VFW. So it just said end of summer event. I think we've talked about their events in the past, and the one thing I do want to stress, and I think I said it before, is that we've never had any hint of a problem with any event at the VFW. They do a great job of, maybe the word policing is wrong, but they do a great job of managing what goes on there. So we've expressed in the past that some events we feel might be inappropriate for, like maybe a Sweet 16, a high school graduation. It's tough to endorse an alcohol permit for something where it's underage. However, end of summer, I think we can all agreed the end of summer was certainly something.
Yes, absolutely.
So that is, so this Saturday from 5 to 10. And I'm looking for a motion to approve that.
A motion to approve the liquor license for the VFW for September 20th.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have two requests from the senior center. Obviously, the same event, actually, they have them on Saturday and Sunday. So this is the, I don't want to say annual, I think it's quarterly almost, Lauren, 4 times a year roughly?
Seems like it.
Yeah.
About that.
So, and I believe they also said this, I think when they came to see us, they're hoping to transition this to the NTH in the future. So they're looking for a 1-day liquor permit for Saturday, the 11th, from 12 to 4 for their art show, and Sunday, October 12th, from 12 to 3. Again, they've done that in the past,
And they're only serving wine.
yeah.
That's wine only.
Have you attended a couple of those art shows?
I have not just yet. My wife actually has gone. And
There you
she's,
go. I'm
enjoyed
sure you
it
have
very much.
something around the house.
Yeah,
from there,
yeah,
right?
absolutely,
Good.
absolutely.
Motion to approve both permits.
I'd like to, a motion to approve the liquor license for the senior center for the Saturday, October 11th, 12 to 4, and Sunday, October 12th, from 12 to 3 for the Scantic River Artisans Art Show.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
And a little clarity, these are just wine. They're just,
Correct.
they-
Just wine only.
so there's 3 right there. Okay, as I said, we were passing quite a bit of the agenda, so we typically like to talk about things with a full board. And so many of the things you might have seen posted will not be, they'd be passed the next week. The one thing we did talk about was that we had requested all warrant articles to be in for today.
Correct.
So even if it wasn't a warrant article, a placeholder to be sent to Brian or this office. I do see we do have a draft one here, or we have a couple more that Brian just hasn't had a chance to put into the draft at this point. But I believe we are considering the door closed. If Brian was not made aware of a request for a placeholder, we didn't need the language, but that Department X or Department Y needed something on the warrant by today, we were putting it off.
Put it off. Right.
Because we are a month and a half away from the special town meeting, and we can't be doing this up to the 11th hour. So, I'm not saying we're considering the warrant closed, but we are considering the door closed for requests to be added to the warrant.
Right.
All right. Do you have any reports?
Nothing to report on my end.
Just to reiterate though, Eric and I were talking about the fact, we are expanding the mandate of the fiber optic committee,
Yes.
which
Yes, yeah, I
you
can
are the
speak for-
chair.
yeah,
You're the chair.
I-
If you want to touch on.
Yeah, I can touch base with that a little bit. So, yeah, so there's been several folks reaching out with their displeasure with Spectrum service, specifically for internet. And, we had pursued the fiber optic technology into town, and it was, voted down at a town meeting. But even with that being said, there's enough chatter in the community right now to be able to basically revitalize and relook into other options at this point. So even though the fiber optic committee hasn't officially been dissolved, it's gonna kind of be reinvented, if you will, and kind of to see where kind of Spectrum is now, as we were kind of given some communication, maybe a month or two ago about them doing some infrastructure upgrade, and that was done, but there's been no further communication on that, and folks are kind of waiting, like, hey, we were told that we're gonna get faster internet speeds, and so the decision really was made to instead of dissolve, let's expand it out a little bit and see what else is out there, and that can't hurt at this point in time.
So really update the mandate, if you will, the mission statement,
The mission statement.
the
yeah.
bandwidth.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
All right, I have nothing to report. And does the admin assistant have anything to report?
I have nothing to report.
All right.
Fantastic.
Being, is any other business before the board? Nobody on Zoom? No?
Nope.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.